Well, two people are dead after a shooting at a car wash in Forest Hill, just outside of Fort Worth. Now, this is a scene that is still very active at this point, as dozens come to see it unfold. Fox 4's Alex Boyer joins me now. The latest on this, Alex.
Hi, Hannah. We've been here all day long, and so far, Forest Hill police have yet to provide us with any additional information. According to MedStar, though, two people were killed in a shooting at this car wash behind me, and a family member tells me that it was a man and his 5-year-old daughter. Take a look. That same relative provided me with this picture of Chucky Smith and his young daughter. I'm told her birthday was just yesterday. The two were reportedly at this Slappy's Express car wash located off I-20 and Forest Hill Drive shortly before 11 a.m. when they were fatally shot. Family and friends were visibly distraught as they arrived at the scene. Folks leaning on one another for support. I spoke to Smith's aunt, who is desperate for answers.
All we know is that he was charged. He was doing the car, cleaning the car out, and somebody came through shooting and killed him in the back. He was a good kid, y'all. He was. He didn't bother nobody. He didn't. Him and that baby.
Sky 4 captured part of the crime scene from up above. You can see a red Dodge Challenger with its doors open being processed by investigators. A neighbor told us that she heard between 15 to 20 gunshots. Fort Worth and Mansfield police officers are here assisting with crowd control. And at this point, again, we have limited information from Forest Hill Police. The police chief told us briefly by phone that this was still very much an active scene and that he would be putting out a press release later on. We're still waiting for that. So at this point, we don't know if they have any persons of interest, anybody in custody, or a motive for this deadly encounter. Hannah?
Looking for some more answers there. All right, Alex, appreciate your work there.
Police are still working leads and evidence after a father and his 5-year-old daughter were murdered in Forest Hill, just south of Fort Worth.
We know from surveillance images there were at least two attackers. Fox 4's Dion Anglin has the latest on the investigation tonight. Dion.
Heather, Steve, a day following the shocking double murder of father and his daughter, the police investigation continues. And now city leaders, local community leaders are sounding off in outrage. And there is this. These are still images from surveillance video obtained by TMZ. There's a view of a victim, Ronnie Sibley, in bright colored clothing running across the parking lot of the car wash and two men chasing him. Seconds later, cars speed away and Sibley, a rap music artist who goes by Lil Ronnie, lay dead near his vehicle, gunned down. His 5-year-old little girl, Armani Sibley, who was still inside that vehicle, also killed by gunfire. Our own Sky 4 video shows that crime scene on Monday with markers placed by a slew of shell casings from the gunfire. Today, elected officials from Forest Hill, Fort Worth, came together with faith leaders and advocates against gun violence to issue a message to the community.
We always talk about healing and doing and making a change and wanting to see a change when moments like these happen. Let's stop the knee-jerk reaction and let's make sure we're working continually to make sure that a family don't have to deal with this type of tragedy.
Still, police said earlier they would give an update on the case. They later canceled that. And now the chief says that there could be more information to come tomorrow on Wednesday. Now, 5-year-old Armani was a part of the local cheerleader group Safari Sports. That group has issued a statement expressing they are devastated and praying for the family. The community support continues. An online fundraiser has donations thus far totaling more than $27,000.
A manhunt is underway for two capital murder suspects who killed a father and daughter in Forest Hill. Good evening, I'm Steve Eager. Police say 24-year-old Adonis Robinson and 21-year-old Jacoby Russell are responsible for shooting and killing a local rapper, Ronnie Sibley, and his 5-year-old daughter Monday at a car wash. Fox 4's Dion Anglin has the latest from police. Dion.
Heather, Steve, the police chief here in Forest Hill says the search is on for the two men responsible for this double murder. The chief also called them cowards. Two capital murder suspects are now identified and subjects of a manhunt.
They're
scared. They're cowards. They're hiding.
They are 24-year-old Adonis Robinson and 21-year-old Jacoby Russell, both of Fort Worth. Investigators say the two are the gunmen captured by surveillance cameras at a car wash Monday during the ambush and double murder.
Battery on your phone. I can still listen to you. In the old days, when we took batteries out, you take the batteries out and think you're good. You go in there and skiff, and you can talk about whatever you want. I can still listen to you. We're doing stuff that you could never find what we were doing, ever, and you never will. And it's in every piece of equipment right now, in every chip right now. There's stuff. And where are we buying all the chips from? China. If you take the battery out of your phone, I can still listen.
With 50 cal. Those go through tanks. When you hit a human being with that bullet, his body disintegrates.
So it literally turns to jello. If you miss a person and the bullet passes by within like a couple of feet, it'll rip a limb off.
Even if you miss him.
Even if you miss that bullet's moving so fast and it's big and powerful. You can be like within 2 feet of hitting someone and it'll still like take their arm off.
Where'd you shoot him?
Everywhere. I guess upper body, like he evaporated. The only like clear shot I remember, my machine gunner behind me, he hit a guy with a 50. He was running on a rooftop, he had an RPG. He hit him and his upper body like went away and just his legs like took 2 more steps, but his upper body was gone.
And you literally saw this.
Oh, yeah.
How do you function?
To be honest, I don't know. It didn't feel real. I never seen human bodies do that stuff. The first person who I seen get shot with a sniper rifle, he fell off of a building, landed right in front of me, and my mind told me it was a sack of potatoes. I knew what it was, but it was just a bag of potatoes.
You're shooting with 50 cals. Those go through tanks. When you hit a human being with that bullet, his body disintegrates.
So it literally turns to jello. If you miss a person and the bullet passes by within like a couple of feet, it'll rip a limb off.
Even if you miss him.
Even if you miss, that bullet's moving so fast and it's big and powerful. You can be like within 2 feet of hitting someone and it'll still like take their arm off.
Where'd you shoot him?
Everywhere. I guess upper body, like he evaporated. The only like clear shot I remember, my machine gunner behind me, he hit a guy with a 50. He was running on a rooftop, he had an RPG. He hit him and his upper body like went away and just his legs like took 2 more steps, but his upper body was gone.
And you literally saw this.
Oh yeah.
How do you function?
To be honest, I don't know. It didn't feel real. I never seen human bodies do that stuff. The first person who I seen get shot with a sniper rifle, he fell off of a building, landed right in front of me, and my mind told me it was a sack of potatoes. I knew what it was, but it was just a bag of potatoes.
You're shooting with 50 cals. Those go through tanks. When you hit a human being with that bullet, his body disintegrates.
So it
literally turns to jello.
We'll ever go to war with China? No. I don't think we could compete with China on the ground. And if it got to that point,
Correct me if I'm wrong. They have the biggest army in the world.
Oh yeah. Well, sheer numbers, we would not be able to withstand a battle with China. And based on our previous wars, just absolutely not. And both countries having intercontinental ballistic missiles, nuclear capabilities. It takes one person to feel like, hey, I'm losing this battle. I'm going to go ahead and nuke it. It could be something, like that. But I think that if China wants to do damage, they could do it without having to fire a shot. It could easily be done electronically, easily. I think our power grid is far outdated and weak. And I think that if a country wants to do anything to us, it's going to be through electronics, hacking. It has the capabilities to do so. All it takes is to shut down our power grid, and it's all she wrote.
August is hard to watch. It shows 22-year-old Naomi Cittadini being violently beaten and thrown to the ground by her ex-boyfriend, Laurent Pion, in Miami Beach.
Let me see your hands.
Police arrive after getting several calls.
Let's separate you guys so that we can talk to you and then we get your story.
Cittadini tells officers nothing happened.
Nobody's fighting. Okay, so who was arguing? I did see a couple running by arguing. I saw you clear as day. And in another street. In another street.
Didn't hit me though. 4 months later, on December 7th, police say Cittadini was killed. Her body found naked near I-95 and Ives Dairy Road on Tuesday. Pion was charged with second-degree murder for her death. Court records show that Pion, a convicted felon, was initially charged with failing to stop at the scene and aggravated fleeing. He sent this letter to a judge last month asking for his charges to be dropped, writing, "I am innocent. I didn't kill my girl. It was a car accident, and the car that hit her ran away, and nobody is looking This video from last August is hard to watch. It shows 22-year-old Naomi Cittadini being violently beaten and
Brooklyn, where police are looking for the people who they say abandoned a 3-year-old boy outside of a hospital in Brooklyn. Sadly, the little boy later died, and detectives say he was covered in bruises. Let's get out to News Source Gabi Acevedo live in Prospect Lefferts Gardens with the boy's family. Believes whoever dropped him there. Do they know, Gabi?
Yes, Natalie, the boy's family says it was his own mother who dropped him off here at the emergency room in Downstate Medical Center, along with her boyfriend. She was not by herself, along with her boyfriend. Police are now searching for the couple, and the boy's grandmother is pleading with them to surrender.
I'm the grandmother. It's hurting me, y'all. I don't know what to do right now.
A family in Brooklyn mourning the death of a little boy who was an angel to his grandmother. Police say 3-year-old King Davis was left by his mother on Sunday morning in the emergency room at Downstate Medical Center. King died moments later. The boy's family asking the mom to turn herself in.
This was your child, nobody's child but yours. And if you loved him how we loved on you, please turn yourself in.
The child's family says his 24-year-old mother is not responding to their phone calls or text messages. She apparently was with her boyfriend at the time. The mom's great aunt believes she's been influenced by the man said to be in his late 30s.
Sunshine herself deals with intellectual disabilities, and she does not have the mindset to distinguish a lot of them between right and wrong.
Investigators say the boy had some bruises and have been scouting in the area for video looking for a white car seen on Clarkson Avenue, not too far from the hospital.
To all the mothers out there who are going through whatever you're going through, it's always good to ask for help.
She was loved. I don't know where she went wrong, what happened.
The family says they've had recent arguments with the mother regarding King's care and wish they could have done more to help the woman and protect the little boy.
I told her, let me have her. You're not getting him as my child.
Only 3 years of him being on the world, because he could have had so much more. He could have been so much more.
The family tells News 4 that the boy's father is currently in prison. The hospital declined to comment directing questions to the NYPD as the search for the mother and her boyfriend continues. Reporting live from Prospect Lefferts Gardens, Gabi Acevedo, News 4, New York.
11-year-old Takaya Holmes, who loved art, dreamed of acting, was shot and killed in February by a stray bullet while sitting in a minivan with her family.
Her heart was golden. She would give you the shirt off my back if she could.
While she's gone, her heart still beats tonight, somewhere. Her organs donated to give what was stolen from her life to at least 5 people.
She was taken away so soon, and she didn't even get to spread out the love that she had. She spread a lot. She had a whole bunch more to spread.
See, that's what we used to have back in our day.
Darvise Monson, a distant relative, nurse, and mom to 8-year-old Saray, who sometimes played with Takaya, received one of her kidneys.
It means so I can plan my life. It has to be too good to be true.
It's real.
It's real, and I'm just so grateful. Hi, how are you?
For the first time since her transplant, an emotional embrace with Takaya's mother, a new bond forged by grief. How do you honor this beautiful 11-year-old girl?
I refuse to let people forget who she is and what she stood for. I mean, this was a young girl that she was already involved. She was already trailblazing.
We're going to give those away also, raffle those off.
Darvise founded the nonprofit More Than Your Kidneys and will honor Takaya and her family later this month.
Just in a matter of days, my whole life turned, which was his baby. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. My baby's living on in you.
The gift of a lifetime from a child who made the most of her lifetime. Ramad, NBC News, Chicago.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.
16-year-old Chicago girl. And how did Desiree Robinson's body end up in the south suburbs? As CBS 2's Jim Williams reports, investigators are looking for the answer.
Weeks before Desiree Robinson was murdered, her grandfather, who had temporary custody of the 16-year-old, reported her missing. But there was some communication. Her mother said
she was in contact with the family through Thursday, this past Thursday. Any idea where she might have been?
No.
Was she with, you know, if she was with friends or?
No.
2 days later, the teenager's body was found here in a garage in South Suburban Markham. She had been beaten.
She loved everybody. She was always smiling and happy.
Even to the perpetrator. Let me say this. If you did to my granddaughter, I would not wish that to happen to you.
It is not known how Desiree, who lived on Chicago's South Side and had recently switched high schools, ended up in the South suburbs.
You can't be in contact with them 24 hours a day. So, you know, when they are away, well, you sort of are just hoping and praying.
Crisis responder Andrew Holmes went door to door in the neighborhood, passing out flyers.
They was in total shock about this homicide that happened out here.
Offering a $2,000 reward to find the girl's killer.
When violence hits home, we never think it's going to hit our doorstep. And the violence has hit our doorstep.
You know, please say something because it could happen to anybody. She didn't deserve this.
Sources say investigators are talking to Desiree Robinson's friends and combing through phone records. They also want to interview the occupants of the property where her body was found. Erica, a person there, did not want to talk to reporters today.
Such a brutal death, and I know this family heartbroken and searching for answers.
Searching for answers and wondering what's been going on the last several weeks.
Right, all right. Jim, thank you.
These Sephora colognes are a scam. Did you know these luxury fragrances cost almost nothing?
Just announced the mother has been arrested and charged with the death of her infant child. Fox Carolina's Alexa Urbach was there with the latest information. Alexa, what can you tell us?
So, Carrie, an absolutely tragic situation right now. Just minutes ago, we heard from Chief of Police with the Easley Department, Chief Brandon Liner, who did confirm that one woman has been arrested after the death of that infant. Her name is Ann T. No, and she has been charged with homicide by child abuse. Now, the chief, when he was speaking, said that this was one of the most gruesome scenes he has ever encountered. And I do have this incident report. I want to read to you a little bit. This just got into our hands minutes ago. The chief of police again, and I do want to warn this for anybody. This is a little bit graphic. If anyone is unwilling to hear this, police say that when they arrived, they originally responded to a call from EMS regarding a woman who was in medical distress. That woman, now we know, is Ann Tino, charged with homicide by child abuse. He then said that officers quickly realized that this was a situation so much bigger than what they had realized. They said that Miss Snow, this is according to the incident report, had just had a baby boy within her home, in her apartment along Nations Way in the afternoon. And while delivering that baby, according to the incident report, she, quote, repeatedly stabbed him with a long metal letter opener, which resulted in that death of the infant. Again, this was happening, according to police, during the delivery. This happened Friday night, and again, the chief just said moments ago, this has been one of the most difficult cases he and his fellow officers have worked. We're gonna let you hear a little bit of what he said a little bit earlier today. Take a listen.
It was very apparent that Ms. No is the one who tragically murdered this child. And it is at that time we went ahead and applied for a warrant for homicide by child abuse.
Now I can tell you that right now we are waiting for a bond court hearing with Ms. Snow. We are told that she was on her way. Now Ms. Snow was taken to the hospital Friday after EMS and officers responded. She was just discharged moments ago. We're hearing, so we should be hearing from her in a little bit. So be sure to stay with us. Again, a very tragic situation is all unfolding just second by second and at this moment. And the chief just reminding the community that his officers are working to, quote, bring justice to this baby. And we will, of course, bring you more information as soon as it comes in. For now, report.
Tax cuts for the end of the year when you create your tax returns. They give you a tax credit for hiring someone who's black or a person of color. If you could pay them less.
Listen, we're talking about government agencies that do not get tax cuts. They don't. Government agencies,
they don't.
No,
yes, they do. They absolutely do.
I'm talking about
private and public sector gets tax cuts when you hire a person of color. Government agencies don't pay taxes. Government agencies operate are funded by the government. That is not true. That is not true. And you know what?
Familiar faces, worn out places.